In the world of gaming, there's been one pinnacle thing that came out in 2022 that a lot of people panned, mostly because of the game-breaking bugs, because the game just didn't perform, and the storyline that they put forward was more about the message than trying to push the actual game forward just to have fun. Yes, we're going to talk about Saints Row, only because recently Epic Game Store had put it on free during their holiday sale, and on top of that, Epic Games, their holiday sale this year just seems to be lackluster overall, and this seems to be an easy pickup for them because of how terrible the store actually is doing. Well, a couple days ago, it was shown that Saints Row was free on the Epic Game Store. The game was only out for a year, so this is why it's something to talk about. The game only came out in 2022 and offered a brand new, supposedly AAA title for free right off the bat. I couldn't even be bothered to download it. I made posts. I said no, this game's not even worth downloading at this point. It was a buggy mess, and it was a complete and utter disgrace to the gaming world. Many people have made videos on the bugs from this game, which I don't blame them because they were plentiful. The game had game-breaking bugs. It was absolutely horrific. And then they put in a storyline that no one really wanted to be told what the message was. When you play these types of games like Grand Theft Auto 5, give us the world, let us surround it, but don't push a message into the story. Then it becomes nothing more of a slugfest. And that's kind of where Saints Row, for me, what I saw of it, where it went. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, do all those fun things with YouTube, because without that, we don't grow. And that's what we're here to do, I guess. Even though people tell me otherwise. But from comic book gaming, Epic Game Store new free giveaway, or free game, is the most controversial yet. The second to last Epic Game Store free game giveaway was here, and that came out on December 31st. Epic Games Store has a new free game available for the next 24 hours. I didn't cover it in that 24 hours time because I honestly didn't think anyone would want to download this thing. I was one of the plenty that said, I'm not falling for this. I'm not buying this game for free. You can't even pay me to play this game. Many are expecting this final free game to be one of the biggest of the year. It's not the well, I guess final of the year. They've still got a few games coming along. The new Epic Game Store free game is none other than 2022 reboot of Saints Row, aptly dubbed Saints Row. Unfortunately, for its developer Volition, one of the biggest flops in the generation, so much so it led to the closure of the studio after 30 years of business. Now, I have covered the Epic Game Store scenario here on this channel over the last year. Epic Games is bleeding money, and right now the Epic Games Store does not turn a profit. They pay more money out than what they get back in offering these free games. So a game like this, they probably got it at a massive discount at a very good rate. So now, just by having this there, even though the game didn't do very well, didn't do what they wanted it to do, even though it was there, it's brought more attention to the Epic Game Store, how they offer these free games, and they continue. But that being said, the Epic Game Store list this year has not been that good. Destiny 2, which I did miss, unfortunately. DNF Duel, I don't even know what that is. Melvover Idol, Art of Rally. Fallout 3, Game of the Year edition, that's probably a decent one. Ghostwire Tokyo, that was one that I was wanting to play, but I've heard it is a very buggy nightmare, and if you don't have like the top of the line graphics card, it's not going to work very well. The Outer Worlds, someone literally 2 days before this became free, someone passed me a Steam code for this game. I loaded it up, and it seems like a fairly decent game, but I've been told it's a very short game. So from my understanding, the Outer Worlds right now is one of the better games that was being offered. And you know, Fallout 3 too. Human Resource Machine, I think I saw a couple YouTubers actually play this game, and it's kind of ridiculous in that sense. Curse to Golf, a golf game, whatever. Cat's Quest, Snakebird, and then Saints Row. And today they've escaped Academy. You know, these are just run-of-the-mill, everyday games that you're going to see on the Epic Game Store where they can get them at a discount and be able to push them along. For the games that they gave out last year, things like Death Stranding, which I haven't gotten the chance to play it, but I did download it last year. It's been free, I believe, on multiple sources for it. There's been others like Fallout, Fallout 2, and Fallout Tactics. That was a pretty good package. Wolfenstein New World Order, okay, yeah, I can see it. Like, what do you expect for the Epic Game Store at this point? They don't put anything out too terribly crazy, but this year with the addition of Saints Row, it became a whole new controversy and a whole new thing over it because of it. Now, the Forbes article talks about it being woke, but then it also talks about it by having a diverse cast, but that wasn't the whole point. That wasn't what people want. They don't want this shoved in their face, and that is why it becomes so controversy. The controversy over Saints Row, though, was more of the quality of the game that it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be this AAA title that was rebooting the whole series, and instead it absolutely destroyed the company. Volition that put it out, they got completely roasted, and the company shut its door because of how bad this game performed. Not because of whatever storyline they really put in it, but because it actually performed ass poorly. Right, and we're seeing this year, mostly with Bethesda, with some of their titles they came out with. The Vampire one that fell flat on its face. We have Starfield that came out, even though people still are playing thousands of hours on that game. But Starfield, a state of condition that people really want to play it and download it and play it and take their time. These games people want to play. People want to be able to do it. Overall, Saints Row got told it wasn't that good of a game. No one wanted to play it. The game-breaking bugs completely destroyed the company, and it could be because they put their time and effort into telling a message instead of making a video game that people wanted to play. Saints Row had a large following, and usually a large following will be able to prop up the game enough to have the company continue to succeed. But of course, Embracer Group being involved in there, and they've taken massive losses on a lot of things this year. Ultimately, the one bright spot, we're gonna dive back into this, is Hasbro's Lord of the Rings set actually paying out tons of royalties overall on it. But that's the way the cookie crumbles when I guess it comes to these large budgets. When you're putting in $100 million into a video game, it can make or break your company, and it becomes a very dangerous scale to try and tip onto your favor. There's also been many other games that came out in the last little bit that absolutely, the bugs were so horrific. But like with Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, the bugs in that game were so bad. Eventually they were able to fix it, but they have such a large following and they have such a more detailed storyline for the overall arcing of the franchise. They were able to weather that storm and actually get past their bugs and actually coming out with newer games that look absolutely amazing in the long run. But that's besides the point. Anyway, I'm your Proud Canadian Phoenix Cindershadow. I'm signing off here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.